The other story is based on facts, reality. Like in 1897, just like we are here in a meeting discussing Israeli apartheid and the possibilities of figuring out solutions for Israeli apartheid. In 1897, there was about 208 Jewish nationalists that came from all over Europe to a town called Basel in Switzerland, discussing the possibilities of creating a Jewish homeland in Palestine. And as was mentioned before, this kind of behavior was not viewed as a criminal, savage, racist behavior. It was a typical European behavior, right? The end of that meeting up until today was about creating and maintaining a Jewish homeland in Palestine. Now, there's so much details that actually prevent us from seeing the process, which is the same process that happened everywhere. When you want to create a replica of Europe anywhere in the world, let's say New Zealand, let's say Australia, North America, South America, what are the things that you would do? You would go to that land, subject this indigenous population, well, of course, use accusations about like we are morally superior, we're the peak of social Darwinism, all those kind of norms that are actually savage in a sense are being used against the indigenous population everywhere. So in our case, yeah, Jewish nationalists, self-called Zionists, came to Palestine, recognized from the very beginning that the only problem in Palestine is the very existence of the local population there. Many people try to draw us with one paint, like we are Palestinian people, we collectively own Palestine and blah, blah, blah. But we are a very diverse society. Like I live in the town of Beit Zahur, where even the accent is different from the nearby town of Shawara. I live in a town that is predominantly Christian and has multiple Christian denominations, and then nearby town. And you can apply that to more than 1,200 communities throughout Palestine. We don't collectively own Palestine. Like we are families, every family has a share of that land, but we are being brushed as if we are like one population because our oppressor is one. But we are very diverse. We're not defined by our oppressor. So you come to Palestine and you just paint everybody with one brush and decide that the only problem in Palestine is the very existence of the Palestinians. So what happens when an outsider comes into somebody's indigenous land and recognizes that the only problem in your very existence, genocide, as was done in North and South America, where it was like successful up in North America up to 97%. In Brazil, it was nearly 98%. In New Zealand, they did not have the ultimate success because it was 80%. The second way is through exploitation. We come to India, we claim India for ourselves, and instead of like eliminating the human resource, which is the most important resource on the planet, we exploit it. This is how we ended up with like English tea. I did not see any like tea plantation in England. We end up with like Italian coffee. I did not see any coffee plantations in Italy. But those are like norms that we can kind of like inherit them until today, and they are rooted in the exploitation of the indigenous population to help us steal every valuable thing in terms of their natural resources of their land.